What if Renault took everything you expect from a family SUV, added the style of a sports coupe, packed it with serious hybrid power, and turned the result into one of the most exciting cars in its class? The new 2026 Renault Rafale is exactly that kind of machine, and today, we're taking a closer look at what makes it so special. Hi everyone, welcome back to Motor Zone YouTube channel. Today, we're checking out the new 2026 Renault Rafale, a vehicle that brings together bold French design, advanced hybrid technology, premium comfort, and a surprisingly dynamic driving experience. Renault isn't trying to make another ordinary SUV here. The Rafale is designed to stand out, and from the very first glance, you can see that the company had something much more ambitious in mind. Let's start with the exterior, because this is where the Rafale immediately grabs your attention. The first thing you'll notice is the silhouette. Instead of going for the traditional upright SUV shape, Renault has created a sleek fastback-style body with a long, flowing roofline that gives the Rafale a much sportier personality. It looks lower, wider, and more aerodynamic than a conventional family SUV, while still maintaining the practicality and commanding presence that buyers expect from a crossover. At the front, the Rafale features Renault's latest design language, with a wide and aggressive front facade that gives the vehicle a strong identity. The grille area is modern and sophisticated, while the sharp lighting signature makes the front end instantly recognizable, especially at night. The headlights are slim and sculpted into the bodywork, giving the Rafale a futuristic appearance. Renault's distinctive LED lighting elements add even more character, while the daytime running lights create a sharp visual signature from a distance. The lighting isn't just about appearance either, it gives the front end a high-tech personality that fits perfectly with the Rafale's premium positioning. Move lower down, and you'll see a sporty bumper design with carefully shaped air openings and aerodynamic details. Everything appears to have a purpose. The front end looks aggressive without becoming excessive, and that's one of the things that makes the Rafale so appealing. From the side, the design becomes even more interesting. The long hood, sloping roofline, sculpted doors, and strong shoulder line create the impression of a much more expensive vehicle. The coupe-like profile gives the Rafale a dynamic appearance even when it's sitting still. Renault has also paid attention to the small details, including flush-style door handles, aerodynamic surfaces, and carefully shaped body panels. The wheels play a major role too. Depending on the version and market, the Rafale can be equipped with large alloy wheels that fill the arches beautifully. Their modern designs complement the sporty character of the vehicle while helping create that planted, premium stance. And then you reach the rear, where the fastback design really comes alive. The roof flows smoothly toward the rear window before meeting a sculpted tailgate. Slim LED taillights stretch across the rear corners, creating a sophisticated nighttime signature. The rear bumper is clean and sporty, and the overall shape looks much more like a performance-inspired crossover than a traditional family vehicle. Even the small roof spoiler adds to the athletic character. What I really like about the Rafale's exterior is that it doesn't rely on excessive decoration. Instead, Renault uses proportions, lighting, surfaces, and aerodynamic shapes to create a strong visual identity. It's modern, elegant, and aggressive at the same time, and that combination gives the Rafale serious road presence. Now let's step inside, because the interior is where Renault tries to convince you that the Rafale isn't just a stylish crossover, it's also a sophisticated and comfortable one. Open the door and you're greeted by a cabin that feels modern almost immediately. The dashboard has a clean, driver-focused layout, with digital displays and a large central infotainment screen creating the centerpiece of the interior. Renault's OpenR-Link infotainment system is one of the highlights. The large vertical touchscreen provides access to navigation, media, vehicle settings, smartphone connectivity, and other functions. The interface is designed to be intuitive, and integration with Google-based services helps make the system feel more like a modern digital device than an old-fashioned car infotainment unit. The driver also gets a digital instrument display that can show important information such as speed, energy usage, navigation directions, and driving data. Depending on the configuration, the display can be customized to suit the driver's preferences. But technology isn't the only story here. The Rafale has been designed to feel comfortable over long journeys, with supportive seats, quality materials, and a cabin layout that gives the driver a sense of control. Renault has also worked to create a premium atmosphere through carefully selected textures, modern trim finishes, ambient lighting, and sophisticated design details. And because this is a fastback SUV, one of the biggest questions is interior space. Fortunately, Renault hasn't completely sacrificed practicality for style. The Rafale offers useful passenger space, while the rear seats are designed to remain comfortable for adults. The sloping roof does affect the overall shape compared with a traditional SUV, but the vehicle still aims to provide the kind of everyday usability buyers expect from a family crossover. The rear cabin is particularly important because this is where some coupe-style SUVs compromise. The Rafale tries to maintain a good balance between style and usability, giving rear passengers reasonable legroom and a comfortable environment. Storage space is also well considered, with useful areas around the cabin for everyday items, while the luggage compartment provides enough room for shopping, luggage, or family equipment. Then there is the atmosphere. At night, the Rafale's interior lighting can transform the cabin, creating a much more premium and relaxing environment. Combined with the digital screens and modern materials, it gives the vehicle a high-tech feel without making the dashboard unnecessarily complicated. Another important feature is the panoramic glass roof available on certain versions. It can make the cabin feel significantly more open and spacious, allowing more natural light into the interior and giving passengers a better view of the outside world. And when it comes to safety and driver assistance, the Rafale is loaded with modern technology. Depending on specification, features can include adaptive cruise control, lane assistance, parking assistance, traffic monitoring, emergency braking, and a variety of camera and sensor-based systems. So the Rafale isn't simply designed to look futuristic, it's also designed to make everyday driving easier and more comfortable. But now we get to the part that could make or break the Rafale: performance. Under the hood, the Rafale is built around Renault's electrified powertrain strategy. One of the key options is the E-Tech full hybrid system, combining a gasoline engine with electric motors and a multi-mode hybrid transmission. In its full hybrid configuration, the Rafale can deliver around 200 horsepower, giving it enough power for everyday driving while keeping fuel consumption under control. The system can intelligently switch between electric, hybrid, and gasoline-powered operation depending on the driving conditions. And that's one of the biggest advantages of this type of powertrain. In city traffic, the electric assistance can make the Rafale feel smooth and responsive, especially when pulling away from a stop. Instead of constantly relying on the gasoline engine, the hybrid system can use electric power when conditions allow, helping reduce fuel consumption and making urban driving quieter. But if you want more performance, Renault also offers a much more powerful plug-in hybrid configuration in the Rafale lineup. This version can produce up to around 300 horsepower and adds all-wheel drive capability through its electrified powertrain. That transforms the personality of the car. With roughly 300 horsepower available, the Rafale becomes much more than an efficient family crossover. It can accelerate with real authority, and the additional electric torque makes the response feel immediate when you press the accelerator. The all-wheel drive system also improves traction, particularly when accelerating on wet roads or when driving through challenging conditions. Instead of simply sending power through the front wheels, the system can intelligently manage torque to improve stability and grip. The driving experience is where the Rafale becomes especially interesting. It isn't trying to be an extreme sports car, but Renault has clearly focused on making it more engaging than an ordinary family SUV. The steering is designed to feel responsive, while the suspension works to balance comfort and body control. On highways, the Rafale can feel stable and composed, making it suitable for long-distance journeys. Around town, the hybrid system can deliver smooth and quiet operation. And when you find a winding road, the vehicle's relatively sporty character becomes much more noticeable. The higher-powered version also benefits from Renault's four-wheel steering technology on certain configurations. This can make the Rafale feel more agile at lower speeds while improving stability during faster cornering. One of the most impressive things about modern hybrid technology is that efficiency doesn't necessarily mean slow. The Rafale is a perfect example. The full hybrid version is designed to deliver strong fuel economy without requiring the driver to plug the car into a charger. Meanwhile, the plug-in hybrid version gives drivers the ability to travel significant distances using electric power for shorter daily journeys, while still having the gasoline engine available for longer trips. That flexibility could be one of the biggest reasons to choose the Rafale. If your daily commute is relatively short, you can take advantage of electric driving with the plug-in hybrid. If you're traveling hundreds of kilometers on a road trip, you don't have to worry about relying entirely on charging infrastructure. And that makes the Rafale an interesting middle ground between a traditional gasoline SUV and a fully electric vehicle. When you combine the design, technology, comfort, and electrified performance, the 2026 Renault Rafale starts to make a lot of sense. It looks like a coupe, drives like a modern crossover, offers the efficiency of hybrid technology, and in its most powerful configuration, delivers performance figures that would have sounded surprising from a Renault family vehicle only a few years ago. But perhaps the most important thing is its personality. The Rafale doesn't disappear into traffic. It doesn't look like every other SUV on the road. Renault has taken a risk with the fastback design, and that risk gives the car an identity. It's stylish without being too flashy, technologically advanced without completely overwhelming the driver, and practical enough to function as a daily vehicle. So, is the new 2026 Renault Rafale one of the most interesting hybrid crossovers in its class? I think it has a very strong case. The exterior gives it instant visual appeal, the interior brings modern technology and premium comfort, and the hybrid powertrains give buyers a choice between efficiency and serious performance. And that powerful 300 horsepower plug-in hybrid version could be the real star for drivers who want something more exciting. The Renault Rafale shows that practicality doesn't have to mean boring, and efficiency doesn't have to mean sacrificing performance. This is a vehicle designed for people who want their family crossover to have some personality, and judging by what Renault has created, the Rafale has plenty of it. Now I want to know what you think. Would you choose the efficient 200 horsepower full hybrid Rafale, or would you go for the more powerful 300 horsepower plug-in hybrid with all-wheel drive? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to MotorZone, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next car review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.